doesn't look like a Germany grind. Should be thankful I'm even playing the fucking game. Best way to fight any Sukhoi. Dude, if it isn't top tier Sukhois, I honestly don't know. Because at least before, like a couple patches ago, even using normal SU-27 or even SU-33 was a lot more playable because power creep was not as bullshit. But like nowadays, if you're not like using top tier Sukhois, I honestly don't know. I guess my strat with SU-33 is, since it's kind of forced to play a top tier only, I guess you just have to play like a rat, abuse the shit out of terrain and try to ambush people. That's kind of it. You just have to multi-path a lot to try and have a chance of avoiding fox trees. But like, Fox 1 Sukhoi gameplay is a lot more different and probably much more brain rot and painful. So I honestly don't know how you would be able to approach that and be effective with it. And I crash. Well, no lift.
Need cover! Excuse me. Somebody cover me! On me!
fuck this plane, bro. Actually throwing.
Somebody cover me!
SU-30 was buffed, you wish.
Need backup.
Yeah, well, I'm playing like shit today. Already crashed 3 times at this match. Actual dog shit. For a moment I was like, oh, that's not a tree, it's a bush. And like, yeah, got shat on by the hitbox.
No!
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
SU-30 flight model happens. Yeah, like at this high altitude and with the weight of the plane and the compression and the fucking flight model being shit, like I guess I just ended up underestimating the compression on this thing. So I slammed the ground twice.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
What time is it for me right now? It's 4 p.m.
Включено
So I am 8
торможение.
hours behind Europe. Also, I guess my sleep schedule is really fucked up right now because I'm waking up way too late. So by the time I just start playing War Thunder, it's like nighttime for pretty much every single European.
Need cover.
I'll see if I can wake up a little bit earlier the next days.
Cover me!
Guess I've been way too invested, spending all my giga autism on other video games. I'm just being fucking up my sleep schedule again. Dude, I don't even know how I have 18 kills. I feel like I have done absolutely yak shit this match. Maybe if I didn't crash 3 times, could be.
Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. 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 Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота.
Oh.
Высота. Предельная.
Alright, that's enough. Spain. I'll go Spain. Well, there's players here at least.
Our victory is near.
gonna put a little bit more effort this match to not smash the fucking ground.
Предельная перегрузка.
Ribbon. Oh, what the fuck?
Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Alright, great start. Excellent. Holy fuck. Okay. I don't know how I play top tier these days. Well, I kinda don't do as much anymore because it's fucking boring and it's full of this bullshit where I get team killed the entire time because top tier is now full of fucking tourists that don't know how to play the game or the game mode. Like a lot of the games I join, they just end up melting after 15 or 20 minutes. Unless there's like a few friends of mine or people that know me a little bit that stay on the enemy team and basically stay for the entire duration of the match. But like overall, it's just fucking boring. Also, I'm just getting more and more and more tired of fucking dog shit power creep. Like it's already stepped over the boundaries a bit way too hard. And every single new plane they introduce just starts breaking this consistency even more and more. So now we have fucking Eurocanars with thrust vectoring. Oh, he fucking crashed. Okay. So now we have Eurocanars doing thrust vectoring things better than thrust vectoring planes. You know, stuff like Rafale and Eurofighter not losing any lift whatsoever up until 50 degrees of AOA, which they can maintain constantly, like as if they had thrust vectoring. I don't know, dude. Game is just ass. Shit just keeps getting more and more disappointing each patch. Like, you know, one of the main reasons why people would play War Thunder in the first place would be because, you know, people are fans of vehicles and their history in real life. So, you know, if you like a certain vehicle, like, you're more than allowed to like it for whatever reason it might be. So you can expect, for example, somebody who likes the MiG-29 is gonna get the biggest disappointment in his entire life when he tries to play in War Thunder and notices it's absolute dog shit compared to absolutely everything else and stands no chance at all. It's just one example of me just getting burned out of this game. Like, just everything being so inconsistent, nothing being held to the same standard.
Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка.
On me!
Предельная перегрузка. 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 Предельная перегрузка.
Yeah, I kind of started doing the same thing when I created my Discord. I've pretty much only been dueling like 80% of the time. I barely even played easy. This fucking retard just crashed. He did. And the top tier right now, it's like I'm finally getting massively bored of this.
Предельная перегрузка.
Just a massively neglected game mode with dog shit maps, no changes at all whatsoever, a fucking disgusting disbalance because of power creep.
Предельная
I don't know.
перегрузка.
Doesn't trigger my autism anymore.
Предельная перегрузка.
Like, shit just feels absolutely unfair every single time.
Перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Is this guy gonna die or not?
Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Включено воздушное торможение. Предельная перегрузка. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Воздушное торможение. Разрешен. Предельный угол атаки. Высота. Высота. Переведи на борт. Высота. Высота. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Скорость предельная. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Скорость предельная. Предельный угол атаки.
Well, do you see that he died to a fucking 360 no scope?
Проверь механизацию.
Oh, flaps are out.
On me!
Did you see that, guys? SU-30 is overpowered. Oh, okay, that's a fucking rough fall. That's great.
Высота. Высота.
Do I die here or not yet?
Предельная
There he is.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Рубеж возврата. Предельная перегрузка.
Come on, bitch, fight me. Let's see what he's made of.
Запас топлива.
Is he gonna fire a Mika? Is he gonna be that lazy? I guess he's not gonna be. Okay.
Рубеж возврата. Рубеж
Uh-oh.
возврата.
We'll add a little bit too much speed.
Follow me!
Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Проверь запас топлива. Предельный угол атаки.
Yeah, he is that lazy. Incredible. You have the best flight model in the entire fucking game and you fire a Mika in a dogfight against an SU-30. Wow.
Excellent.
See, like, the game has already reached the point where you have the absolute best flight model in the entire game. Basically, almost identical to the Typhoon. And you can be like, you know what? I fucking suck at the game. I don't want to bother dogfighting anyone. Here, have a Mika. And don't worry, that's gonna become even worse when we get new modern Fox 3s. No, not Fox 3s, but Fox 2s, which are gonna be unflareable on top of that. I'm really starting to hate this game. I mean, I guess at least against those missiles, you might be able to survive a little bit if you pre-flare and whatnot. Maybe you can prevent the missile from acquiring your plane or some shit, because I believe what Gaijin is gonna do is they're just gonna introduce these missiles with both types of fire CCM, because they have already done the same with stuff like the Stingers and some other like man-pads for ground vehicles and shit. They've already given these missiles both types of fire CCM at the same time. So, like, there's still, like, a slight chance you might be able to pre-flare him. Like, right now, oh, look, I have the best fly model in the game. I'm just gonna fire a missile that has absolutely no counter in the head-on aspect because it's a Fox 3. So, like, in plain select per fall, all you have to do is, in a dogfight, just wait for the guy to turn head-on towards you just slightly, and there you go. Like, the missile is gonna track, because a head-on aspect radar missiles are just... they're just not gonna miss at all. This is a pulse Doppler radar. Oh look, this guy multi-patted my missile. Can you please die? Stop wasting my time. There we go. Where is that Mirage? Oh, okay. I'll see if I can hide behind terrain. There's a little dip in front.
Move after me.
Wow, that 73 actually worked. Usually on those aspects, they just really love spinning out of control for no fucking reason. Oh, this guy just exploded.
The victory is near.
You know what I think top tier is gonna be when they add the new modernized Fox 3s, the Fox 2s, I mean. We're gonna have stuff like the F-22 Raptor will be able to pull 18 Gs with manual control with no consequences whatsoever. And they're gonna just win the first turn for free and they're gonna slam a 9x to your face. That's what top tier is gonna be. Being pinned down by 3 people, that's awesome, my favorite. You get a missile. Okay. It is already arcade, like the very moment every single Rafale main figures out that they can pull 17 Gs with manual control on merge with no consequences whatsoever, it's gonna be even more over. Say for example SU-30, this piece of shit I'm flying right now. Like the only way to make this thing work in a dogfight is I have to be low on missiles, I have to be low on fuel, I have to be sub 13 or sub 10 minutes in order to like comfortably dogfight pretty much anything. I have to be basically the most autistic and experienced flanker player in the entire community. And I need to be like a fucking no-life duelist that actually knows how to dogfight. And if I make a single mistake, I'm dead. And I cannot really rely on 73s that much, really, because, well, they just spin out of control because fuck you. And you cope.
Attack the A point.
Already being pushed to our spawns because Rafales are LARPing. Oh, he shot down my missile. Yeah, there's only so many missiles I can dodge from different directions at the same time. Okay, try shooting down those two. SU-35 won't be that much better. SU-35 would honestly not be that much better than SU-30. Except for maybe the radar and the missiles and whatnot, but you know, flight model wise, it's... nah. It's not it. Because yeah, it's just as heavy, probably with even heavier weaponry. And having better engines just means the SU-35 is gonna compress like an absolute bitch close to Mach 1, like this thing already does. I think SU-27 or flanker flight model overall it's just fucking good. Like the flight model is so damn abysmal that the speed bleed and the performance at close to medium speeds like just severely outweighs any kind of benefit you might be able to get from better engines. Like if thrust to weight ratio was everything, then Gripen should be dog shit, right? I just noticed I'm carrying a lot more flares than chaff. It should be the other way around.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
What do I prefer? Anything but hugging the deck. Multipathing is not reliable enough if you wanna like actually get shit done.
Предельная перегрузка.
Look at all those contrails.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
This guy literally just fired all his shit.
Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Предельная перегрузка.
Can you lock him? Holy fuck.
Разрешен.
I gotta do the other way around. Now I'm taking more chaff. No, honestly, I don't think the SC-35 is gonna be that much better flight model-wise. It's still gonna be the kind of plane that can only afford to get slow once, and if you miss that approach, you basically go fuck yourself. Like, oh look, there's a Rafale on enemy team and he's still carrying all of his missiles at fuel back and 60% fuel. Well, guess what? Like, his flight model is still gonna allow him to monkey pull and fire a Mika to your face before you're halfway through the circle. Like, sarcasm and satire aside, like, honestly, really damn honestly, the only way I feel comfortable dogfighting in SC-30 is if I only have like 6 or 4 missiles and I'm 10 minutes of fuel. That's the only way I can kind of cook. I don't really think it's better engines are gonna make that much of a difference. Like, the flight model is so damn cooked that it's gonna really outweigh any kind of benefit you might get. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit better, but still abysmal compared to everything else. That's the important thing. It's gonna be dog shit compared to a lot of other shit you're gonna be facing.
Пуск разрешен.
Somebody, cover me!
Yeah, buddy, I'm going.
Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
That missile is gone.
Предельная перегрузка.
Oh wow, I killed 2. That hasn't happened in like an hour. Oh, who's this?
Предельная
It's
перегрузка.
27.
Высота.
Oh, who's this?
Высота.
Hold on, who's this? Who's this? Who's this?
Пуск разрешен.
The 16?
Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск
Oh, he just
разрешен. Предельная
exploded?
перегрузка.
He did.
Высота. Предельная перегрузка.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
turn around, turn around, turn around. There you go. If I'm okay with dogfighting, well, I mean, it really depends on the matchup, because a lot of matchups are just, well, every single matchup is just dog shit for JC30. Like, I think the only somewhat balanced matchup for the plane would be 15A at most. Mika or 77-1. I would say the -1, just because the warhead is the biggest out of every single modern Fox 3. So when you hit somebody, they usually explode. I like both, but sometimes getting a like a very risky shot where you actually need the fucking guy to die and they don't because the missile doesn't have enough explosive, it's really annoying. But I prefer the -1. If we were to include the launching platform, then yeah, Mika is gonna be fucking nasty because it's trapped to Rafale.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
You want to use Hornet against SU-30? Well, I mean, it's another one of those matchups that is like, okay, balance, but spoiler alert, it ends up being a lot of a lot of head-ons. Because on a lot of situations on these planes, like pulling Giga AOA, it's kind of a like a last resort maneuver. So for example, let's say if you're in the Hornet and you start losing position, you can always just force a head-on with the gigantic amount of AOA you have. So it's usually a bunch of head-ons. But at the same time, like the Hornet can just very easily win the very first turn. And you just pull manual control, pull 17 Gs, cut me off, and just shoot on the first turn. Or if you don't shoot on the first turn, you already have like all the position in the world, so. I'm not even gonna bother firing. Too late, buddy. Should have cut burner earlier. No, I'm not in a call, and I'm gonna hop off in a little bit. Sorry, we can duel some other day if you want. I'm just not feeling it today. That's gotta be one of the worst KDs I've had in months. No, that's a dog shit way of playing the game. I'm not like that. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. Because my sleep schedule is giga-fucked right now. But yeah, I'll probably be on tomorrow.
Our victory is near.
The main problem right now is that we don't have any map control whatsoever, and they're just LARPing, and we cannot catch them. So the main issue with going that high is going fast and going high both require more situational awareness from you, from your plane, if you want to stay alive and survive. So if you see, for example, US players that take 15E and just LARP in the stratosphere, they usually cannot maintain enough awareness to keep people away from them. So you would have to micromanage your radar a fuck ton more. And well, going that high up, or staying that high up, just means you have a lot more blind spots or areas you have to cover with the radar to find where people are coming from. And on top of that, if you're going way too fast, it reduces your reaction time. So people shoot at you, you're already going way too fast, you're just gonna hit the missile head on. Your reaction time is gonna be much slower, and at the same time, like, you're going that fast, like, you can just get away with firing missiles like a little bit further away, and you won't be able to touch them in time. So now, staying high altitude, it's not a good idea. Like what I'm doing here, it's already like kind of risky. I'm just flying a little bit high because I'm still on my side of the map. I'm just climbing a little bit, and I'm still like pointing my radar everywhere pretty much. But like, I don't want to stay up here for too long. Like right now, the fact that I'm contrailing means that every single rafale can immediately know exactly where I'm at just by pointing their HMD towards my direction and see like, hey, that contrail is an enemy. I'm just gonna zoom towards this guy and fire all my Mikas and use my own Mikas to fire his missiles. Yeah. No. See, like we're putting a little bit of pressure now, finally, but I'm just doing a terrible job at actually staying alive. This guy is about to merge with a 15. He is up high. Rafale coming. Gonna fire 2 in case he wants to shoot down my shit. I really hope that reaches him. Probably won't. Oh, he did. Okay, nice. I'll fire a missile just to keep him away. I'm gonna dip towards the terrain. Hoping the Rafale is not nearby anymore. Oh, he's still at medium altitude firing at me. There you go.
Предельная перегрузка.
See if I can drain those missiles a little bit.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
On me! Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Предельная перегрузка.
Sometimes I see you holding missiles even though you can get a lock on them, and sometimes shoot immediately. It depends on the range. Sometimes if I think the target is not really aware of me too much, I just wait to get a little bit closer to fire the missile like as close as possible so they have no time to react or to dodge it.
Пуск разрешен.
Oh, that's a flanker. I almost fire at that guy.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Uh-oh.
Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен.
Way too many coming from every direction.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
And a Rafale from behind.
Пуск разрешен. Предельная
Fire this one into a high aspect. Fire this other one.
перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
This guy fired at me.
Перегрузка.
Okay, dead.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота.
That's the Rafale.
Предельная перегрузка.
Invite flanker shooter, no. Usually I try to keep my friend list like full of people I actually play with frequently. Now we're starting to gain a little bit of numbers over them, but like what a fucking annoying match.
On me!
I'm carefully memorizing the names of every single player that I see playing Rafale too much. And because I'm bored of the fucking game and I want to make it interesting, I'm just gonna become a spiteful motherfucker probably next week. I'm gonna start hunting them down. How do I still keep on fighting? Mama didn't raise a bitch. I'm not a quitter. Who the fuck are the contrails all the way up there? 5,000, 11,000. Rafale.
Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен.
I'll fire 2, because Rafales really love shooting down my own missiles. Fire another missile at this guy, and I'm gonna dip. See, like, climbing towards altitude like this to fire your missiles, it's a good way to do it, but you don't want to stay up there for too long. The higher up you are, the more awareness you're gonna require. And also, at very high altitudes, like, the amount of lift produced by your plane is a lot lower, so you won't be able to turn in time, maneuver, and shit. Wow, I killed 2 again. That doesn't happen often. At least it's not happening today. Oh, he just exploded. I have a gripping on my ass. Oh, he's being shot at by multiple. I need this guy to die quick. Yes, okay. One less problem to deal with. This guy exploded, I just need to dodge the missile. That's 2 planes flying together, probably AI. Control Larper, that's Typhoon. Let's see if it's an enemy Typhoon or not. Hello, can you please fucking IFF? Bro. Bro, it's right there. Hello? It's an ally, okay. Good. Holy fuck. Yeah, well, we're winning on tickets, and numbers are down just a little bit. This is an ally, right? It is. Rafale, it's gotta be that contrail I saw right there. I'll see if I can use terrain a little bit, see if I can just avoid radars and ambush them. There he is, there he is. Fire, come off the rail, there we go. Please hit. Come on, kill him. Go. No, it missed. And, okay, those are gonna hit me, right? I think I'm gonna die to the control larper. Yeah. I don't really know of anything I can do different on this map. Like, they just have the kinematics to LARP whenever the fuck they want, and they can... Well, Rafale can just instantly reach the notch immediately, pull in 16 Gs at that altitude, and just turn away. And I'm just basically sitting duck. So yeah, no idea what to do here. Maybe if my team had a little bit more presence to pin them down and just keep them on the deck, could work, but it's not working. Oh, don't worry. The very next time I see these retards play something else that isn't Rafale, I'm gonna use Rafale against them. I'm gonna make fun of them. Like this guy No Dan was really happy playing 16C on the previous match, but I got team killed twice. And like, I'm gonna join the next match, but I'm gonna use Rafale against them. The worst thing is that I at least wanted to have a little bit of fun in a dogfight, and he's like, nah, I'm just gonna monkey ball 16Gs and fire Mika to his face, because despite me having the best flight model in the game, I cannot be asked to fight this guy. I don't miss the old egoistical me. I have my ego. I'm toxic, but toxic in like a responsible and funny way.
Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен.
Showing the engines. There he goes.
Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота. Предельная перегрузка.
Oh, it missed.
Предельная перегрузка.
Well, I'm gonna leave that guy be for now. I need to focus on this Rafale that's coming.
Перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная
Are you gonna kill that guy or not? Holy shit, where is he?
перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
That's a fucking long ass dogfight.
Высота. 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 Предельная перегрузка.
Who is who?
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Высота. Высота. Предельный угол.
There's no way that. No fucking way. Okay. Okay, I seem to have underestimated 77, it's a bit too much. Man. I hate having to do this shit. Just die already, man. Just fucking die. Fuck you. I'm gonna hit the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the ground. Alright, I'll spawn one more time. My KD has been ruined. It's ruined. See, like that Rafale I engaged in there that was in the contrails, like, he was coming blasting towards me like 15 kilometers away. Like, his plane actually allowed him to just run away from the missile at that altitude, at that speed. So if he wants to stay all the way up there, he can actually afford it. Because his plane is just fucking busted. So if I don't have to deal with control larpers that are untouchable, I have to deal with fucking dogshit players that just multipath and crash. Yeah, the Hornet flight model is again the fucking copium I said like half an hour ago about everything being completely unbalanced and not a single 4th gen being held up to the same standard. Like the Hornet basically produces more engine thrust with the engines installed than on the bench. So it has negative channel loss. It has negative thrust efficiency loss whatsoever, nothing. But, okay, I'm dead. Wait, where the fuck is he? Where the fuck did you go? He's in the clouds? No, there he is. Can you come off the rail? Holy fuck! Never mind. Holy fuck, this. Holy shit! I'm killing myself. No, never mind. One more. Not a bitch. Fucking missile would not come off the fucking rail. Holy shit, man. I'm uninstalling this game after this. You know, a couple days ago I was playing a match in Tunisia with Rafal. Being absolutely untouchable, just staying high and baiting people into pitching up to break multipath. And I died 3 times. And those 3 times was for me not getting any RWR warning for Fox trees. Like, I would see a fucking Su-30, I would see them fire a missile somewhere, and then at the last second I just see the missile coming straight towards my plane with no RWR warning at all. Now the missile that I just tried firing doesn't come off the rail. I'm fucking pissed. This definitely has to be like the most stressful playing session I had in like months. See, like in that occasion I'm flying like medium altitude like this, and oh well, I just happen to not have my radar pointed in the correct direction at the correct time, and that's what happens. That's why I say, like, if you stay at high altitude and you don't maintain awareness, you get ambushed like that. Fall. Gonna fire this shit high aspects, see if he doesn't multi. See, my missile for just didn't come off the rail. I'm gonna fire it too, see if that fucking does it. Wow, he exploded.
Высота. Высота. Предельная перегрузка.
Where is this guy? Right there. Okay.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
You have a lot of info about Hornet. I honestly am not interested about American planes whatsoever.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Is that missile still coming?
Перегрузка.
No, it's stalling out.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен.
Fire a 27 ET to get rid of some weight. Oh, it was a big one.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Высота. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Пуск
High aspect launch. Oh, that's a Rafale. Cool.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Крен направо.
Guess what? I managed to multipath your shit, motherfucker. Come here.
Предельная перегрузка.
Oh, this is A-16. Look.
Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен. Пуск разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Налево.
Gotta start turning for that 16 that merged with me.
Перегрузка. Включено
Who is this?
воздушное торможение.
Typhoon might be an ally.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
This guy, 227.
Предельная перегрузка.
Which nations do I play? I only have top tier US, Russia, and France. I've been grinding Germany a little bit, but I'm barely in any rush to grind Typhoon. Like, top tier is just fucking ass.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Also not really too excited about grinding something that it's still massively overpowered. That's a 16.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Пуск разрешен.
27 ET.
Разрешен. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная
This is a Rafale.
Пуск разрешен. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
16.
Предельная перегрузка. Предельный угол
I'm dead. Might well stick around to secure the win, but like this is fucking torture. Yeah, I did Rafale and Typhoon early to the game. I mean, kind of not. Like, if only the flight models were not complete fantasy and made up, then it would have been fine. Like a year ago, for example, during during the dark ages of Fox streams, like if you tried to play anything that wasn't US, like you would see the F-16C just completely rinse everything out of the water. Even the 15C would just easily win dogfights against a bunch of shit. With the only exception being the Gripen, right? But like now, you take a fucking 16C into top tier and it just gets massively overshadowed by pretty much everything. So it's not that the 16 is bad, it's just that power creep had just sank the effectiveness of the plane so damn hard that it actually feels like shit. I would say it's probably something similar to what happens with the MiG-29, with how dogshit flight model is. Like, I've seen people claim that the flight model is accurate, and well, I'm not gonna argue against that, but like, okay, let's imagine the MiG-29 is actually accurate and held to like IRL standards, and you know, they just sprinkled a little bit of War Thunder fantasy in there because, you know, they still pull like 14 Gs and shit. But like overall, MiG-29 flight model is like overall accurate. Okay, let's buy that. Let's take that for granted as a fact. But then, if the MiG-29 is accurate, then why isn't everything else? I think one of the main reasons why MiG-29 just feels so absolute dog shit at that bracket is because everything else on the opposition is just massively overpowered. Like, I think right now you could search through some of the F-16A bug reports like a few months after Apex Predators. And there was a bug report to get the F-16A slow speed performance nerfed, and the developer response was like, well, the plane is too restrictive IRL, but we don't have flight control systems model in game yet, so we're not gonna nerf it because it would make mouse aim very painful to use. So they literally know the plane is overperforming. They did it intentionally, and they're like, nah, we're not gonna nerf it because it's gonna affect mouse aim a little bit too much, and we don't like RRB homies complaining about planes being a flying rock. Now, I'm not exactly like a Super War Thunder veteran. I pretty much started playing this game again when the F-14A released. So I'm not really like very savvy, so to say, about like the power creep that has existed in many different brackets and shit. But, like, overall, I think fourth generation fighters have gotta be one of the most insane power creeps and just inconsistency in the way they model and balance compared to everything else. So like, okay, well, nice. MiG-29 and SU-27 seem to be like really damn accurate and very well modeled. Okay, then why isn't everything else accurate?
And victory will be ours.
Like suddenly you take a Delta, which is like really fucking draggy aerodynamic shape. You put canards on it, and you get the 4 best flight models in this entire game. So everything just being so massively inconsistent is what makes the high tier balance feel so dog shit. Like, you can just go to the hangar right now, go to the sim lobby screen, go to 13.0 or 12.7. Pretty much every single match is gonna be free for all, everyone versus everyone, full of US planes, because they are the absolute best planes in the entire game at this bracket, and also the ones that are pretty much almost being the ones that are allowed to overperform the most. You have 16A, which is basically, I would say 16A is still like one of the few flight models that can like decently well contest the European arts because of how busted it is, even after like 2.5 years or some shit. Then 15A, which is kind of like the same thing. Hornet, which is overperforming in engine power and does flanker things better than the flanker, but the flanker is not allowed to do flanker things because it's flanker and it's Russian. Come on, get slow with me. Get slow. Yeah, get slow with me. Get slow with me. Yeah, stay there. Stay there. 73.
Скорость предельная. Пуск разрешен. Пуск разрешен. Предельный угол атаки.
Do I slam the ground again? No, I think I might be able to recover. No. Yeah, well, there you go. I merged a little bit too heavy, and I wasn't able to do the only thing this thing is capable of doing. So, oh, you turned a little bit too hard, you bled too much speed, oh, you didn't gain too much momentum and altitude, oh, you didn't know how to dogfight it, oh, you forgot to pull out the flaps, oh, you took way too long to use a thrust vector maneuver. There you go, you slam the ground. No lift.
We've captured a zone.
If you think the SC-35 is gonna be that much different to this, you're wrong. Massively wrong. I have 3 kills. Actually, I'm playing like shit today. I could have had 40. Spoke too soon. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much I can do with this plane. Like there, I think I merged with like 17 minutes of fuel. I still had the ETs, 273s, 277s, so I was like overall medium weight. And that just means that if I have to inevitably use the thrust vectoring thingy, I just slam the ground, because this thing just doesn't generate lift at all. I still think it's not a thrust weight issue, it's just a lift issue. Because the plane just drifts way too much. So you end up perpetually pulling AOA and your vector of lift never changes direction. Yeah, in air shows like the flankers dropping out, like the thrust vectoring ones, but on a lot of those maneuvers you can very easily see how quickly they change momentum and how quickly they recover. Like, you would imagine a fucking gigantic flying kite as the flanker would generate enough lift. Like, I buy the fact that the plane is heavier and bigger, but at the same time the surface area is just as big to compensate for that. So you would expect the fucking thing to make some lift to recover itself, or to at least like float a little bit longer, but no. I do still buy the fact that, yeah, the plane is heavier, but it's also far bigger and has a much bigger surface area. Like, you look at this thing from below, like the entire body produces lift. Everything is literally a flying wing, a single piece. Like, kind of the only thing that doesn't generate lift on this thing would be like the engine nacelles, like the engine compartments. So this thing being heavier and lacking so much lift, it means that it pulls AOA way too easily, also way too early. So like it pulls AOA way too early at very high speeds. But because it loses so much lift under AOA, it just means that once you inevitably get slow and you inevitably have to use thrust vectoring shit to even have a chance in a dogfight, then if you're not the best player in the game in the flanker, then you just slam the ground and you get yak shit done. And even on that shot, like, I got the kill, like the missile actually did its job, and I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna slam the ground anyway, because the plane is not gonna recover itself. Alright, where is this guy? I'm just gonna fire multiple. Oh, my third one didn't come off the rail. See, it's because of dog shit like this that I end up dying all the time. It's always a lot of shit that is not even my fault. That's the Gripen. This is the F-15. I'm just gonna keep spamming missiles at him, I don't care. Oh, and he does hit me. Cool. Guess what, shitter? I'll go to test drive real quick to show you what I mean. Let's take the worst flight model in top tier. And I'm gonna compare it very quickly to the most broken flight model in top tier. I'm gonna make it, I'm actually gonna make it heavier. I'm gonna make it super heavy. So 30 minutes of fuel, and with all the weapons strapped. Now this thing, if you take a look at StatShark and take a look at the flight model, the way it's modeled, you will see that this plane, this specific plane, SU-30, is gonna start losing lift after 30 degrees of AOA. So if I end up merging like this, which I'm basically just completely dead right now, but I'm basically 30 minutes of fuel and all the missiles, you can see how easily I start reaching 30 degrees of AOA and my nose is barely coming around. So if I enable damping, and you just pull the stick all the way back, I'm achieving at most 3 Gs of pull. And you can see how I basically had to point the nose up all the way to avoid falling to the ground. Like I'm basically just flying kind of flat right now. Like the lift vector is flat, not losing or gaining altitude, and I just have to keep like some lift vector upwards to not fall off the ground. Now in the dogfight, on this thing, your only choice is to just pull AOA at the right time and fire a missile, like this. And if you take too long to recover, your plane is gonna slam the ground. This thing is just missing a fuck ton of lift under AOA. But if you take something like Rafale, you pull some weight on it, so I'm still gonna make it just a little bit heavier. 20 minutes is the maximum I take anyway, so this is gonna be like my usual combat load. I'm not even gonna drop the fuel tank at all. So if we have a look at the HUD, I'm doing 800, pulling 12 Gs. I'm gonna accelerate a little bit more. Pull the stick all the way back. That's 12 Gs right there. And I'm just monkey pulling already like 3 times as longer as the SU-30 can. 400 kph, I'm pulling 5 Gs, and the SU-30 was only pulling 3. So I want to see how slow can I get while still pulling 3 Gs. So I'm going like 100 kph slower than the SU-30, and I'm still pulling more. Because this thing actually generates lift, and it's changing its vector of lift to the other direction. Now if I pull the AOA button, I can just sustain 45 degrees of AOA like this, and the plane is still not falling. It's floating, because it makes lift. And it's still like, it's still great fighting, even better than the fucking SU-30 was. But this thing, if you take a look at StatShark, it doesn't lose lift all the way up to 50 degrees of AOA. So that's like thrust vector in territory pretty much. Like here I'm basically stalling out, like I just have to point the nose slightly up like this and I'm just monkey pulling all the way back with all this weight. And the plane is just still floating. And it's still pulling like 2.5 Gs, like the SU-30 was only capable of reaching 3 at 400 kph. So like, where's the lift? Like, where's the lift? Like, sustained turn rate doesn't matter, honestly, because here's the thing, right? people would say that, oh, the flanker is accurate because the sustained turn rate is correct, it's matching the shards, right? Now, the Mirage 2000 is one of those planes that has absolute dog shit sustained turn rate. But this thing actually generates a fuck ton of lift, so this thing can still keep pulling and pulling more and more and more, even if you're at stalling speeds. So like right here, I'm just doing like 300 kph, and you can see even though I'm basically slower than a lot of shit in the game, like the nose still comes around. I pull manual control to pull a little bit more AOA on vertical. I've used the rudder to rotate in place in the other direction. Like this thing actually floats. It has dogshit sustained turn rate, but it's still like a good fly model because the slow speed performance actually works. So even right now, I'm pulling 30. Look, I'm pulling 30 degrees of AOA, and it's almost pulling 4 Gs, going almost twice as slow as the SU-30 was, and he was only achieving 3. So this thing actually has lift. It has a fuck ton of it because it's just a fucking kite. It's a massive triangle. So even at these speeds, you can see I'm a manual control, because manual control allows me to pull all the AOA I want. And even at these speeds, rudder still responds, the plane is still responding, I'm still going up, doing like a good spiral. And I'm not falling out of the sky, just look at my altitude. Oh, I start losing altitude a little bit. Guess what? I just pitch up a little bit, there we go, I recovered already. The SU-30 will be falling to the ground like a rock. I think the flankers are more draggy than the Delta Canards due to size and other stuff. Yeah, I mean, drag is not the problem, it's just lift. Like, the ability for the plane to change its momentum, or its lift vector, that's what the lift does. And this thing has none of it, and just... Like, again, just look how absolutely massive it is. Look at the massive wing area. And it's not only the wings, it's also like canards, and just the entire fuselage. It's just a giant kite. So the plane right now kind of behaves as if only the wings were producing lift and nothing else. It's basically kind of the same principle that goes behind the Tomcat, like it still has a lifting body. So if we ignore the missiles trapped at the bottom, like all this flat area would be producing a massive amount of lift. So it's just a lift issue. Really fun plane, but at the same time, there's... Man. Like, just how inconsistent everything else in this game just makes it fucking boring. Like, you take a triangle like this, oh wow, the triangle is the draggiest aerodynamic shape in the entire game. Or in the world, like IRL. Like, the biggest benefit of this shape is they're insanely fast in a straight line. It's basically the shape that gives you the least amount of drag for supersonic flight. But for maneuvering, they just bleed a fuck ton of speed because it's still a triangle. So you have a triangle which is very big like this, that is insanely draggy. But if you put canards on it, it becomes the best plane in the game. So canards are magic, I think. Let's make a size comparison. They kind of look a little bit, just slightly similar. Mirage has a little bit bigger wing area, I believe. But also the Rafale is wider. So it's still a triangle. And this triangle just retains more speed than anything else in the game. Together with the Eurofighter. So canards are magic. Canards make triangles very magic and the best planes in the game. But canards on flankers? Nope. Nope, it's still dog shit. No, this thing has no effect whatsoever on the plane except for cosmetics. And the funniest thing is, some weeks ago, I was browsing through DCS content to see, like, how does the SU-30SM perform in DCS, because it's a mod. And like overall, I just see a lot of people just saying how accurate or how realistic the mod is. And like, okay, I just had a look. And I found a YouTube video. I think the YouTuber is called Command T. I don't know the background of that guy, but he was basically like recreating an air show with the SU-30 mod on DCS, and the video is like decently recent, like a year ago. So the mod and the flight model of the mod has been updated like quite a decent bit. But this guy made a recreation of the AC-30 air show on DCS, and even though that thing in DCS is insanely fucking floaty, he still thinks that it should be a little bit more floaty than it is in DCS, and he called it unrealistic. I think he said something along the lines of the plane should be able to break momentum a little bit quicker, and you know, breaking momentum is all about lift. And there's also a point on the video where the guy is doing like 350 kph. So that's like just under 200 knots. So basically stalling speeds. And the guy is just coming out of a dive. He just pulls up all the way and the plane is capable of reaching 6 Gs of pull at that speed. But you try doing the same in War Thunder, it only reaches 4. So like 4.5, something like that. So there's like 40% of lift that's missing from this piece of shit. DCS has more accurate flight models than War Thunder? I don't think so. Look at the Hornet. The Hornet is gonna outrate every single plane in the game. And I think, if I recall correctly, and I'm not making it up or mixing it up with something else, I think the old Mirage 2000, but like the one that actually works before RASBAM bullshit happened. Like the Mirage 2000 is also like capable of rate fighting for some reason. So no, I don't take DCS flight models for granted, because the Hornet exists, and a lot of some other flight models are mods. Like the SU-30 SM is a mod, and I see there's a lot of people like in the community, both in War Thunder and DCS community, that said that flight model is like really realistic, and with a few caveats or limitations because of the way everything is simulated in DCS. So it's like, again, a technical limitation. But even though they say the flight model is like very realistic, like just looking at how floaty the SU-30 is in DCS just feels so off. Or it just might be perception bias from how dogshit the flankers are in War Thunder. Like in DCS, the plane could be stalling and falling out of the ground, and all you have to do is just point the nose down, recover and stabilize your AOA for like 2 seconds, and you start regaining altitude again. Even though the thrust to weight is not like super fantastic or anything like that, it's still an SU-30, it's still super heavy. Like it still fucking floats, and it's able to go toe to toe or even just rinse everything else in slow speed fights. But in War Thunder, this thing just falls out of the sky. And just before ending the stream, I'm just gonna make a slightly more copium demonstration of how the flight model is. So the way you fly SU-30 in War Thunder is this plane is a brick, and you will inevitably get slow in it. You cannot rate fight. You're not supposed to rate fight because this thing is abysmal and everything is gonna outrate you. So with how heavy and draggy this thing is, like your only choice to kind of win a dogfight is pull as hard as you can for like 1 or 2 turns, be careful of your speed, and just try to quote-unquote cook with the fly model as much as you can. You actually have to be really good at dogfighting, like overall in high tiers, because this thing just doesn't allow for any mistakes. Now, if you manage to dot the guy's nose, and you manage to get some momentum up, here you can see I'm gaining altitude. All of this momentum will allow you to pull AOA and pull Cobras and use thrust vectoring for a very long time. Like here, I just did some fucking bullshit, I'm still gaining altitude, right? So this momentum is your best friend. So whenever you have to use thrust vectoring in the flanker, you need to have altitude, like I do right now. Or even better, you need to have some momentum up, because this momentum up is what allows you to pull thrust vectoring for much longer, and your plane doesn't compress. But once your plane starts sinking, like this, I'm gonna cut throttle a little bit more. Once the plane starts sinking like this, you're losing altitude and you're too slow, and you try to use thrust vectoring, it's gonna become incredibly unstable because you are falling to the ground and your control surfaces are compressing. So right now, it's literally the engine doing all the work. And even if I point the nose up, you can see I'm still falling, losing 30 meters per second. And right now, I'm just gonna crash. There's no way to recover. So in the SU-30, if you get into the dogfight, your only choice is to cook with the fly model as much as you can while gaining altitude. If you manage to get next to the other guy, and you manage to gain some momentum up, hopefully, you can just whip the nose around, fire 73, and you will have more than enough time to recover your plane. But if the missile misses or your guns miss and the guy goes up and stays above you, you're just kind of gonna be floating over your ass and you're just gonna be falling towards the ground. And there's gonna be a point of like 500 meters of altitude where you won't be able to regain speed quick enough to recover the plane. at F-22 to counter. You know the best thing is, I really hope the F-22 ends up being massively overpowered. I hope so. And the only reason for that is because, well, top tier is fucking dead, might as well take a shit on the coffin, right? Because with the way War Thunder community always behaves, and the way US mains are so vocal on the forums, I don't think they will allow Gaijin to make the F-22 worse than the Typhoon. So right now, we go to the Typhoon. This is literally the absolute best fly model in the entire game. It's very similar to Rafale. This one is just slightly better. And the main difference is that Rafale can still pull like 16 Gs on merge with manual control, and this thing cannot. But anywhere below 1000 kph, so like dogfighting speeds, this thing is better by like 1 degree per second. Everything is just slightly better than Rafale. But compared to everything else in the game, this thing just rinses everything. Now, if there isn't a single plane in the entire game that stands a chance against this plane, and you take into consideration that the F-22 is likely going to be even better than this, then F-22 is just going to be absolutely 100% unbeatable. And this thing is already ace combat levels of flight model. You can only imagine what the F-22 would be like if it was better than this. Because again, I don't think US mains will be very happy that their best fighter in the entire planet will be worse than a triangle. So if they happen to make F-22 even better than this piece of shit, then everyone is just gonna lose their minds. And the game will be even more unplayable, because by the time F-22 comes, we're gonna have like super modern Fox 2s, hopefully, to just nuke the entire game. Like, might as well, game is dead, just take a shit on the coffin. And goodbye. F-22 overrated flight performance-wise. Well, the funniest thing is that the F-22 is heavier than the Su-57, and it's also heavier than the Su-30SM, also heavier than the Su-35, with the main difference that it has really powerful engines. So we'll see what kind of treatment that plane gets, because it might as well just get Su-30 treatment where it doesn't produce any fucking lift because of how heavy it is. And you kind of just sit on your engines a little bit to do thrust vectoring shenanigans, and the plane just falls out of the sky. Yeah, I'm gonna call it for now. Today was a really damn dogshit ass session. Really fucking frustrating, but oh well. I guess I'm washed. I'm not good at the game anymore. I suck. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys some other time, I guess, if I still have this game installed on my computer.